So, in my previous video about the MindsEye game, it immediately got me thinking about Cyberpunk 2077. Let's face it, MindsEye is getting hit with those mostly negative reviews, performance issues, low player counts, people asking for refunds, and it's led to layoffs at the studio, which is just heartbreaking. It's a truly difficult spot for them to be in right now, trying to salvage things while shedding staff, and it makes you wonder about their promised content roadmap. But then you look back at Cyberpunk 2077 when it first came out. Man, that was a catastrophe, right? We're talking about a game from CD Projekt Red, a studio that had so much goodwill after The Witcher 3. And Cyberpunk's launch was it was an industry shaking disaster, especially on those last gen consoles. It was a buggy, unplayable mess. There were widespread refunds. The game was pulled from the PlayStation Store. The stock prices plummeted, and the internet was just full of outrage. It was a massive punch to the gut for anyone who had hyped it up. It was the poster child for a broken, overhyped release. And frankly, I don't think any of us thought it could ever truly recover its reputation, let alone become a good game. However, and this is where the comparison gets really interesting and offers a sliver of hope, CD Projekt Red did something that in hindsight was incredibly difficult, but absolutely necessary. They didn't just abandon it, they committed. For years, years, they poured resources into fixing Cyberpunk 2077. We saw patch after patch, update after update, slowly but surely chipping away at the bugs, improving performance, and adding in features that should have been there at launch. Then came the Phantom Liberty expansion, which wasn't just good, it was phenomenal. A true return to form that showcased what the game could have been all along. It went from being a laughingstock, a cautionary tale of game development gone wrong, to genuinely being considered an amazing game by many, a complete redemption story. It took time, immense dedication, and a willingness to face a mountain of criticism, but they did it. So when I look at MindsEye now with its similar struggles at launch, the bugs, the low player numbers, the immediate negative feedback, part of me can't help but wonder if it could ever pull a Cyberpunk 2077. The critical difference, though, is the scale and resources. CD Projekt Red is a much larger, more established studio with deeper pockets, able to absorb years of negative press and pour vast sums into a monumental recovery effort. Build a Rocket Boy, while having some notable talent, is a smaller entity, and the immediate layoffs raise questions about their capacity to sustain that kind of long-term, expensive redemption arc. Can they afford to rebuild trust over years? Can they release the equivalent of a Phantom Liberty down the line? It's a much steeper climb for them, I think. While I hope for MindsEye's recovery because nobody wants to see a game fail, the path Cyberpunk took required a level of commitment and resource allocation that very few studios, especially those facing immediate redundancies, can truly match.